Good afternoon, hello. My name is Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. You join me today from Hoob HQ in Barbados. I'm in Dean Jackson's office with my friend James and Dean Jackson himself. And we're here today to talk about the challenge that James is taking on later this year. He's attempting to break the Guinness World Record for the longest triathlon, but he needs some kit and some support to be able to do so. So Dean and Hoob have kindly offered their services, and we're just at that stage where we've got things all over the table. So we figured, what better time to pull the camera out than now? Dean and James are going to talk about what they've got in front of them, what's going to work, what isn't going to work, and essentially show you how Hoob are going to help James complete his task. Sound all right?
Yeah.
James, you brought us in this.
Yeah, thanks, James. Right, bring in something to show everybody how good we are. So we've got a split neck. It was the good thing about this. It shows that our never throw a wetsuit away model works. We will never throw a wetsuit away. This will take off you, and we'll work with the YMCA in Derbyshire. And we're going to turn this into mouse mats and coasters. It will never get thrown out. It'll always be doing some good.
Brilliant.
I think it's probably served you enough good. Now, especially with this challenge, I think it's time we looked at something spanky.
I would say so, yes.
What rules are we working under for your wetsuit? Let's start with the wetsuit.
So there's no specific rules for the wetsuit. The wetsuit really, I mean, we're looking at probably 5 hours in the water for this swim. So I want something buoyant, something warm, something with lots of flexibility.
Yeah.
And that can also get off quickly for the transition. And yeah, that's why I've come down here really, to talk to you about it.
Okay, so we're dead fortunate because a few of you may recognise this suit and the dazzle print on it, and this may give it away. This was Alistair Brownlee's prototype for the Sub 7. Now, we know that Alistair could only compete in the swim, and injuries stopped him competing the rest of the event. Joe Skipper, he did pretty good though, to be fair to him, we've got to say, especially when you're against Blue Meat out there. But Alistair swam alongside Joe in this suit. This is a spare that we had made, and I think if we're not under standard rules, we can have some fun with this suit because we're using our 43% more buoyant neoprene, and we've stacked it up to 8 mil. So in theory, we're at 12.3 mil buoyancy, which seems pretty ridiculous. You're going to be bobbing around like a cork, mate. The thing is, the thicker you go the neoprene, the less flexibility you get.
Yep.
So by keeping it to this neoprene only going to 8 mil, it's not going to be like you're swimming in a mattress.
Brilliant.
All right. Flexibility is obviously key. We're creating like a hull of buoyancy here. So we're using type 40 super stretch neoprene underneath the gusset and down the back. The arms are set at arms neutral, so they're at a point that gives no restriction for where you're at most of the time, and especially when you're pulling through on the catch. Underneath the wetsuit, how long do you have for transition?
So the whole event is centered around not stopping for more than 5 minutes at a time. So both transitions need to be under 5 minutes, and any stops for food, bottles, anything like that needs to be under 5 minutes.
Right, because I personally think T1 is going to be the most important transition.
Yep.
You're probably thinking tri-suit, put a cycling chamois in it, because I've got, how many miles are you riding? Miles. That's the longest piece of all of this, from pressure. And especially in the regions you don't want to be sore. So for me, you're going to be saving a few seconds if you come straight out the water with your tri-suit on and off you go. But the long-term gooch pain, as Lee Timmis, our good friend, will tell you, is not what you want to be suffering.
Yeah.
So I think we need to be exploring. This is the Anemoy tri-suit. Now, what's your average speed going to be?
Probably 18 to 20 miles per hour, I would say.
Okay, so 18 to 20. These are the fabrics that are going to maximise and give you the drag crisis around where you need it within your speed range. If you're going any faster, is that the speed suit?
Yeah.
Have a look at that, because that has a stripe fabric on the sleeves. Now that will still give you gains in your speed range, but it really is optimised when you start getting over 22 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So what I need you to do is go away and play around with both suits, see which one you feel more comfortable in, because that's got a long sleeve.
Yep.
This has a short sleeve. I think we're probably going to end up in a place where it's what chamois suits you best, and do you want more padding than less? And then we'll understand the speed, and we may have to swap the arms around. So I think we're swapping arms and we're swapping chamois to find the right place.
Brilliant, yeah.
This is a long time on a bike, mate. Are you on aero bike? Are we super shrugged, or are we a bit more relaxed?
It's a bit of both. So it's a normal aero road bike. I've got clip-on TTs, which I've used at other events as well, which gives me the sort of best of both worlds in my mind for comfort and speed.
Okay, and I know you've got personal goals in this of breaking a world record. You're not just going to break it, are you?
We're hoping to put a little bit of time into the current record. Yeah.
Do you want to say that on camera?
Well, perhaps shouldn't have given away the distances in case anyone's watching and planning to do
give away
the
ratios, right?
It will, yeah, but yeah, we're planning to put a little bit of time into it to, you know, make a bit more of a spectacle about it. Yeah.
It's an amazing challenge. We're delighted to be part of it, and also the other side of that is you're looking to raise some money. We've just brainstormed some pretty cool ideas, so hopefully we're going to put some of those out. Yeah,
it's probably well documented already that we're looking to raise some money for a youth club charity in my hometown. So,
and is that in Derbyshire?
It's in Derbyshire, Alfreton.
Just the Barbados, as mentioned on the intro, the Barbados world record.
Yeah, definitely.
I could feel a t-shirt.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
We talked about the sexy stuff, but the utilitarian side. You're in the water for a long, long time. I did have somebody once come to me and said they were going to swim around Britain. I told them I thought they were nuts. And that was Ross Edgley, and he actually did it. And he suffered with things, you know, with his tongue and just the skin. I know you're not going to be in for an eternity, but you just want to stay warm. You don't know what the weather's going to be. I mean, hopefully it's not going to be too hot, otherwise you might not be using the suit and the benefits that go with it. But gloves, you're going to need gloves. There's safety elements, toe focus. If nothing else in training, the last thing we want is to see you motorboated. I don't know if you can say that, can you? I'd hate to see you motorboated.
All right.
Anyway, yeah, moving on that one. Neoprene caps, aero gloves. I still think there may be some aero gains just to have a look at calf sleeves.
Yeah.
Will you want to put those on, or will you semi-put them on with transition after T1 and pull them up as you're riding? There's going to be gains there.
Yeah.
The beauty of you doing this at a local secret racetrack is that we're going to go up there and do some testing.
Yeah.
And really understand where those small gains will be.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
We've got some accessories, winter jackets. This is a new product for us. Just super lightweight, scrunch it up, really close fitting. Because we're very aware that no matter what the conditions may throw at you, you've got to make sure you're optimising not only the protection and your heat and everything else, but you don't want a big old school Peter Stump all in the wind.
Absolutely.
So everything's going to be close fitting for you.
Yeah.
And I guess there'll be a few little tricks and things we'll figure out if you can have riders around you. I'm not sure, but you know, when those rules become clear, let us know, because we do know a few people.
Thank you very much.
Right, there we go then. So we have looked at all this kit, we've optimised what we've come up to optimise. James, do you feel like a pro athlete now?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, speaking to Dean's fantastic, knows his stuff, coming out with lots of ideas for how to make the record more successful, how to make the fundraising more successful, which is obviously the most important aspect to all of this. So yeah, really useful time spent coming down to see him.
Yeah. Closer to the time, we'll be sharing information about how you can potentially get involved or how you can support the event, be it through fundraising, be it through social media. We'll share all that closer to the time, but in a nutshell, we're raising money for AUP, which is a youth charity based in Alfreton, which enables youth groups basically, which James's son attends one of, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So a course close to our heart, and Huber, local brand, worked with me already, but so cool to see them get behind something like this. So hope you've enjoyed this as much as we have, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.